All right, guys. If you like Nick Wright's tennis corner, buckle up.
Yeah.
Grab your footballs and umbrellas because it's time for the FIFA Forecast.
Yes.
The tournament begins this Sunday with a match between Qatar and Ecuador.
Yep.
Your favorite team, Brazil,
Yep.
coincidentally, are also the odds on the favorite to win it all at plus 400.
Yeah, they're always the odds-on favorite. That's fine. Go ahead.
The U.S. is all the way down to plus 15,000, which is freaking
150 to 1.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's not that wild. The U.S., can I just tell you the real quick
I
U.S.
guess we aren't.
World Cup history? World Cup started in 1930. 1930 World Cup, the U.S. made it to the semifinals. That sounds amazing until you realize that there were only 13 teams in the tournament, and in the semifinals, they lost 6-1. The very next year in the World Cup, or the next World Cup, 1934, they finished dead last.
Okay.
Of the 11 World Cups that followed that, they didn't make it to 10 of them. So they're in a bit of a soccer drought. Starting in 1990, we have now qualified for 6 of the 7 World Cups. So that's good. And in 4 of them, we have made it out of the group stage. In 1 of them, we have made it past the round of 16. That was 0-2 in South Korea. The goal here for the United States, so the way the World Cup works, if you don't know, there's 32 teams that qualify, okay? They break those up into 8 groups, 4 teams per group. You follow group A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? That's 8. Is there an H? E, F, G. No, that's 5, 6. No, H. Yeah. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There are 4 teams per group, and it is random what 4 teams are in which group. So there's relatively random. So there's like a group of death some years, like, oh my God, that's going to be impossible. Because the way it works is 2 of the 4 teams from each group advance. So you play every team in your group once. You get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a tie. And then the 2 group leaders advance to the knockout round. That's then single elimination, 16 teams, and they play down to 1. The U.S. has made it to the round of 16 4 times. They've made it to the round of 8 once. And that's never further, except for, again, first World Cup ever when there's only 13 teams. That doesn't count. So the big goal for the U.S. is get out of the group stage and then move on from there. So in our group, which is Group B, there is England, who is the huge favorite, us, Wales, and Iran. Iran's drawing dead. Everyone should beat Iran, and they get their 3 points against Iran. We play Wales in the opening match for us on Monday. And by the way, the World Cup's going to be on Fox and FS1. There are going to be days the TV show and the podcast are off because the TV show's off and because we're preempted by the World Cup. So our schedule is going to be a little odd the next few weeks, but it'll be great. The World Cup is so fun. It's so awesome. If we beat Wales in our opening match, we will advance. I believe. You beat Wales and get 3 points against Wales, and you beat Iran, you're guaranteed to advance if you get 2 wins. But if you beat Wales, Wales is the other team we're competing with, really. Because England, it would be shocking if they don't advance. So that opening match, if we lose to them, then we have to at least draw against England, which is going to be tough. Here's the other thing to know. The U.S., it'd be nice to win the group, but we play Group A in the round of 16. If we get there, second place Group B plays first place Group A, first place Group A plays second place Group B. You follow that? Group A is Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. Qatar's drawing dead in that. Senegal and Ecuador, one of them is going to finish second. And the Netherlands is likely going to win it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
You do know I have a question on here, right? Or are you answering that through the...
What could your question be? What are my big
you are kind of like
World Cup? I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it.
All right,
I'm just doing it. You got to it. I'm just doing it. I'm treating this like tennis where you set it up and I just go. So a perfect world for the U.S., if we finish second in the group as is predicted, is somehow the Netherlands finishes second in Group A. That way, in the round of 16, we get Senegal or Ecuador and avoid the Netherlands. I think be very tough for us to beat the Netherlands, in my opinion. Now, I talked to Stu Holden about that. He thought that if we play well enough to get out of the group, we have a good chance to beat the Netherlands. So maybe I'm wrong. I have already made a few World Cup wagers that I will share with the audience, and then I will talk about some predictions quickly, okay? I have Brazil and Argentina, both to win their group, parlayed at even money. I think that is a great bet. A great bet. We'll get to their groups in a moment. It would be shocking to me if either doesn't win their group. I also have a longer list of, I have a 5-team World Cup parlay of teams not necessarily to win their group, but just to advance. So it's Denmark, Croatia, Mexico, the U.S., and Uruguay. Those 5 teams, all to make it to the knockout round. That is plus 860. So I've made those bets. So I will just quickly go group by group and tell you what I think's going to happen, okay? Group A, the most likely outcome is that the Netherlands wins it and Ecuador is the other one to advance. Now, the odds say Senegal is more likely than Ecuador. I would like Senegal because it's more fun, like when the African countries that don't have a long history of World Cup success do well. But I think Ecuador is more likely. Group B, I expect it to go with the odds. I expect England to advance and the U.S. to also advance. Group C, Argentina, it would be shocking to me if Argentina doesn't win that group. Saudi Arabia has no shot. It'll come down between Mexico and Poland. As you could tell from the previous bet, I like Mexico. Group D, where's Group D on here? Group D, France and Denmark. France and Denmark got pretty fortunate. France and Denmark are, either one could win the group. France is the favorite. But the other 2 teams, Tunisia and Australia, it would be shocking if either one of them knock France or Denmark out. And in fact, another bet that I'm going to make is France and Denmark to be the 2 teams to advance from that group. Group E, you have 2 dominant teams, Spain and Germany, 2 teams that could win the whole thing. They will advance. It's a bad beat for Japan. It is terrible luck for Japan that they are in a group with Spain and Germany, and Costa Rica's in that group, has no shot. Group F, I like Croatia's chances. This is another pretty soft group after Belgium up top, with Morocco and Canada being the other teams. So Belgium and Croatia, that's the odds-on favorites. Group G, Brazil is the huge favorite. Cameroon, betting markets would tell you no shot. And then Switzerland and Serbia, I have no idea. I have no clue. One of those 2 teams is going to finish second to Brazil. And then what group have I not done? Oh, Group F and H. Wait, no. I did Group F. Oh, Group H is the only one. Ghana, which is a team that beat the U.S. In the World Cup a few years ago, or a decade ago, I guess. U.S. played Ghana in the World Cup, I should say, is in this along with South Korea. Portugal's the big favorite. I think it'll be Portugal and Uruguay there. As far as I said on the previous podcast, I pick Brazil every year. Brazil is the heavy favorite. Argentina is the second best favorite. Another fun bet you can make is continent winner. So, will the winner come from Europe? That's minus 190. Will the winner come from the Americas, North America, South America? That's plus 140. I like that bet because you get not only Brazil and Argentina, the 2 favorites, you also get Uruguay, and Costa Rica doesn't have a shot, but you also get the U.S. if the U.S. were to go on some magical run, and Mexico. So those are my bets. That's where I'm at. I'm super excited for it. It would be a really great story if Argentina wins. If Argentina wins this World Cup, it cements, in my opinion, Messi as the greatest soccer player ever. And it's the one thing missing from his resume. He has a great World Cup, and if they win it, I think it cements him. Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe you might say the same with Portugal. So that's fun. Brazil's my pick. I love, by the way, we have some viewers in Brazil that were so happy that I picked Brazil. So there it is. Hey, thanks for watching.
Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.